The first art form I chose for this assignment was visual arts, specifically portrait drawing. I had no experience in portrait drawing before the beginning of this assignment, so to help me acquire the skills needed, I watched a series of YouTube videos that gave me a step-by-step guide for drawing portraits. These skills included learning how to lay out a portrait, how to shade, how to layer, and how to blend.
And so castles made of sand.
The first skill I learned was learning how to lay out my portrait. To begin the layout process, I had to choose an image I wanted to use. After choosing the image, I had to measure the border and create an exact copy on my drawing paper for accurate measurements. I then had to measure the halfway mark on each side, and then find the center of the image to give me some reference points to begin drawing. I could then begin making measurements using a ruler and a proportional divider and marking the location of some facial features. When they were measured and marked out, I could begin creating my layout. The next skill I learned was how to shade. Before you can begin shading, you have to identify the darkest features of your picture, and in contrast, where the light is hitting the picture. Once this has been done, you then have to use your lightest pencil to try and match the tonal values of the picture to your picture. The next step in this process is layering. This is very similar to shading, as you have to shade over the same area until you reach the desired darkness. This can be very time consuming, as it takes many shades of pencils and many layers of shading to reach the desired shade of each feature. The final skill I learned for portrait drawing was blending. To do this, I used a tissue to blend the gradients between each shade. This is done to make the picture look more lifelike. I chose this standard as I set myself 4 skills to learn, and being a beginner drawer meant this was challenging for me. The second art form I chose is Irish dancing.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Before I could start dancing, I had to learn the basics of Irish dancing.
So these are the basics. So
Okay.
This is first. So heels together, stretch your knees, arms by your side.
Okay.
And then right foot in front is 5th position, and then we point our toe.
The first step I learned was called hop step back. It required stability, balance and coordination as you put all your weight onto one foot at a time. The teacher demonstrated the step first, and then I attempted to perform it after. The next step was called 7th. It involved hopping and then stepping to the side 7 times. Once again, the teacher showed me the step and then took me through slowly of how to do each component. As I am a beginner, the teacher taught me a technique that I could use to make my transitions between steps easier and smoother. This was called push-pull step. It allowed me to simplify the movements so I could build speed and confidence. This step was quick and easy, and something that I could practice on my own. I practiced all the steps separately to try and perfect them before trying to put them together into a routine. Once I had learned all the steps and put in hours of practice, the teacher taught me how to put all the steps together into a routine. I then practiced this routine, and here's the end result. I chose this standard as I was having trouble performing the full movements, so the teacher showed me ways to break down each step into smaller movements. The final art form I chose was the harmonica. Before I could begin playing, I had to choose a harmonica. The man at the store said a 10-hole harmonica in the key of C is the most common beginner's harmonica, as it has the numbers of each hole on top of it to help you play the right notes. The man at the store gave me a quick lesson about the blow notes and the draw notes, which is blowing out and sucking in to get different pitches, like this. He also taught me that the higher the number, the higher the note is going to be. I then looked up a tab for an easy single note song on the harmonica. I could already read tabs from playing guitar, so it was easy for me to transfer this information. Once I was confident with playing single notes and moving up and down the harmonica, I decided to try a tab with some chords. When I was confident in both chords and single note playing, I decided to learn a song that had both. And with practice, I got better. And here's the final product. I chose this standard as I was able to apply learning strategies that were my style of learning. I am an audible learner, so having a conversation with the man at the music store was an appropriate way for me to learn. I also used tabs which are familiar to me, which allowed me to confidently learn this new skill.